Hey, it's back on 2QQ. Today, the entertainment world is in a real uproar. Fire the famous Wang Yibo, a top actor and singer known for his composure, professionalism, and rarely involved in controversy, is now the center of public attention, not because of his new work, but because of something far more mysterious. Collision in a report has surfaced, alleging that Wang Yibo may have been the victim of a hidden attack, not physical, but psychological and possibly intentional. At first, this news sounded like a typical entertainment conspiracy theory. But the deeper the investigation, the more signs point to something truly bizarre. Some media outlets even coined the term mind attack, linking it to Wang Yibo's behavioral changes in recent months. Brain fans began to notice something was off. His smile seemed forced, his gaze was blank, and in some interviews, he seemed to be under immense, unseen pressure. The first report came from a production staff member who worked closely with him. The staff member reported noticing Yibo becoming more withdrawn and agitated. He would often sit alone in the dressing room for long periods, staring expressionlessly at the floor, as if his mind was elsewhere. There's something that's scaring him, but he can't or won't talk about it, the source said, sounding concerned. From then on, speculation began to mount. Was Wang Yibo experiencing a psychological breakdown due to work stress, or was someone deliberately manipulating his thoughts? The police finally intervened after several official reports were received by Wang Yibo's agency and personal security. The investigation was initially kept secret, but insider leaks indicated that a third party may have been playing a role. Internal documents leaked to fan forums revealed that Yibo had received a number of mysterious messages from an anonymous account, messages containing frightening and manipulative phrases, as if trying to control his thoughts. Even more astonishing, the messages were sent routinely at a specific time, right around midnight, when Yibo was resting. According to digital forensics experts, this timing pattern was no coincidence. Certain algorithms suggest the message was controlled by an automated system or someone with intimate knowledge of Yibo's daily routine. Who would have such intimate access to the private life of a superstar like Wang Yibo? Yibo's agency initially remained silent, trying to reassure the public by claiming the artist was simply exhausted from his busy schedule. But when an internal medical report emerged, leaked from the hospital where Yibo was being examined, the situation became much more serious. Doctors found Yibo exhibiting signs of severe stress, extreme sleep disturbances, and dissociative symptoms, as if his mind were fragmented. Some days, he reportedly couldn't even remember what he did the previous day. A source from the security team said that before his condition worsened, Yibo had heard a voice calling his name several times, even though no one was in the room. He seemed frightened, as if someone was watching him from a distance, the source said. This prompted security to install cameras throughout Yibo's area. However, the resulting recordings raised even bigger questions. In one of the recordings the police had seen, Yibo was seen talking to himself, his eyes blank, but his intonation sounded like he was answering someone. But when the audio was magnified, another faint voice could be heard, a soft, whisper-like voice. Sound analysts tried to detect it, but the frequency of the voice was below the normal human hearing threshold. Faced screaming in fear, investigators even called in forensic psychologists and audio technologists to determine whether the voice was digitally manipulated or something more beyond logical explanation. The case became even more complicated when it was discovered that several other artists in the same industry had also reported strange things, recurring nightmares, unexplained anxiety, even auditory illusions. But only Yibo exhibited symptoms as severe as these. Suspicions led to the possibility that he was being targeted by some kind of psychological project, perhaps to tarnish his reputation or to test human limits under extreme pressure. Some die-hard fans have linked this incident to the theory that China's major entertainment industry has a secret society that uses mind control techniques to manipulate its biggest stars. While there's no concrete evidence, Some former industry workers have claimed to have heard of mental experiment programs conducted on young celebrities to test their emotional responses. However, others have suggested this case is simply the result of psychological pressure brought on by extreme popularity. Imagine, Yibo's every move, word, and expression is constantly being recorded, interpreted, and used as gossip. In such conditions, anyone can lose control of their own thoughts. Perhaps he wasn't attacked by someone else, but by his own mind, a renowned psychiatrist said in a television interview. However, that statement hasn't stopped the investigation. Police are now working with the National Cyber Unit to track the sender of the mysterious messages. They discovered that the signals originated from several different locations overseas, with movement patterns too random for a human. There are indications that the sender used an automated AI program specifically programmed to manipulate the victim's perception. If this is true, Wang Yibo's case could be the first incident in the entertainment industry involving artificial intelligence-based psychological attacks. Digital security experts have begun to speak out, warning that technology like this could be used to damage someone's reputation and even disrupt their mental state without any direct interaction. However, amidst all the theories and reports, Wang Yibo himself has chosen to remain silent. He briefly appeared in public a few weeks ago to attend an awards ceremony, but his expression was far from his usual. He was smiling, but his eyes looked tired, as if he were holding back something heavy. Fans immediately flooded social media with the hashtag #ProtectWangYibo, demanding transparency and stronger protection for their idol. A few days later, his agency's official account released a brief statement. "We are working with the authorities to investigate all forms of harassment against our artist." However, they did not specify the nature of the harassment. This only further fueled public curiosity. Are they hiding something much bigger? Now, rumors are swirling that someone in Yibo's inner circle may be behind all this. Someone who knows him intimately, knows his weaknesses, and is able to access his personal space undetected. A betrayal that comes from within his own circle. Broken heart. As the investigation continues, fans can only pray that the truth will soon be revealed. Is this simply the mental stress of immense fame? Or is there truly a hidden force trying to control Wang Yibo's mind for its own gain? One thing is for certain, this case has shaken the foundations of the entertainment industry. Not only because it involves one of Asia's biggest stars, but because it raises a terrifying question. To what extent can humans be controlled without their knowledge? We will continue to follow every development in this case, uncovering who is behind the mind attack on Wang Yibo and how this truth could change the way the world views fame, technology, and the line between reality and manipulation. Stay tuned, because this story isn't over yet. This is just the beginning of a major mystery that could shake the entertainment world and reveal a dark side we never imagined. Milky Way. Too kukyu, goodbye, but trust us, we'll be back with even more shocking facts.